Hey guys, Ryan Patterson with Vexus Boats here, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about our AVX 1880, an exciting new model that we brought to market earlier this year, but it's an 18-foot, 10-inch fiberglass infused aluminum hybrid. Comes on with a pad performance hull, has a 95-inch beam, and I think something to point out, where I'm standing at here is I've got a lot of space. We've got wide open spaces in every one of these Vexus boats. The other thing to point out as I'm standing up here is we're standing on an all aluminum platform that's got foam underneath it that obviously makes this boat extremely stable to fish off of, but also very comfortable to ride in rough water. As we transition from kind of the front deck to the back deck here, I'll point out a couple of things as we work our way back. But the first thing you'll notice when you're up here on the front deck are the stretch form gunnels. This boat doesn't look like a traditional aluminum boat. It's actually got stretch form gunnels that give it a classic fiberglass bass boat feel. As you look down here, we've got fiberglass appointments all throughout this boat, but up here at the front deck, we've got a recessed trolling motor tray that also has an accessory station and a cup holder up here that can have tool storage and a place to store drinks. But most importantly, it also has the capability to host a 9-inch unit up here. So being able to flush mount a 9-inch electronics up here gives you the ability not to have a gimbal mount to have to work around when you're getting in and out of the boat. The other thing that I'll point out is we've got stainless steel pop-up tie cleats. Very nice finish the front deck when we're putting the boat in the dock or tying it up next to the pier when we're getting ready to take out. As we kind of work our way back, I think it's important to point out that this front deck is all aluminum. In fact, this boat is completely constructed without any wood whatsoever in it. It's foam filled, makes it very stable on the front deck for two anglers to fish off of. In fact, this boat is 18 foot 10 inches with a 95-inch beam at the front of the boat here, so we've got plenty of room for two anglers to fish throughout the day. The boat buckle rod straps that we've got up here make it easy to have 10 to 15 rods on the front deck that can be stored and kept very neat, still able to walk around on the front deck. We've got one seat base in this particular model, but we also have an option to have 3 across seating. That's an option that if you would like that, we can do that. One of the most important features on this boat would be the rod storage. This rod box got 10 rod tubes in it, so with doubling up rods or spinning rods, regardless of how you set your boat up, you've got the ability to put almost all of your rods here in the center box. And with it being that deep, if you're not taking 20 rods to the lake one day, you can stack your tackle underneath it and lay your rods on top. There's just a lot of different ways a consumer can customize this center box to his or her liking. One thing to point out as well is the bottom of our lids. All of our lids are finished. This is going to protect your lid against the oxidation and rust that happens over time with aluminum lids. It not only makes the boat look very finished, but like I said, it's protecting your lid throughout the lifetime of your ownership. As we move over to the port side storage box, it's important to point out these compression locks that we've got on the front deck here. Not only does that hold your lid down secure and flush with the front deck, what that also is going to do is give the angler lockable storage. If you're traveling on the road or leaving your boat outside, it's able to be secure. But it also, with this weather strip seal that we put on the inside of our box here, it makes these boxes about as waterproof as possible when we're talking about keeping the elements of the fishing throughout the day out of your rod box. So as you can see here, we've got a really deep box that's able to accommodate tackle, rain suits, throw cushions, anything that you're going to need throughout the day can be accessible up here on this port side box. In front of the console on the starboard side here, we've got another lockable storage box right here that's extremely deep. Once again, it's going to have a finished lid underneath, a weather seal right here, and just another box to be able to house your tackle and accessories that you're going to need throughout the day of fishing. Once seated here in the cockpit, I think the first thing that's going to stick out at you on the AVX 1880 is this large panel you'll see here in front of me that's able to flush mount up to a 12-inch unit here at the console. The angler has got all of his instrumentation here that he's going to need throughout the day when operating the boat. We've also here in this cockpit panel have the ability to have all of your switching. We've got our nav light, accessory, bilge pump, and you've also got your live well functions as well as your remote drain plug here as well. So a lot going on right here on this cockpit panel, but it's very finished. It's going to match the color of your boat, and it's just another unique, customizable part of your Vexus boat. It's important to point out on this console is that not only does it look great and it's going to match the color of your boat, but it's extremely secure. When we're in rough water, days when Mother Nature's kind of throwing her finest at you, I think it's important to have something that you can anchor on, and that's what this fiberglass console does. It doesn't have any stands underneath it. It's extremely solid, just like your AVX 1980 is. As we look at this boat in particular has a coin box option in it, and this also doubles as a step onto the back deck. But this is a great feature, place to put your cell phone, keys, wallet, sunglasses, lots of storage underneath there. This also comes with an option for a third seat, so if we're fishing with 3 anglers, somebody can have a seat here as well as a step onto the back deck. It's also important to point out our high-performance bucket seats that also will match the color of your boat. Custom upholstery makes the cockpit look very finished. We did some videos earlier this year talking about wide open spaces, and I think that's extremely true right here as you look at our back deck. First thing to point out on the back deck would be our fiberglass live well. We're very proud of these. It's engineered a fiberglass live well that's foamed in all around it, has a splash guard that's engineered to keep your catch not only cool, but stable throughout the day without rough water coming on and off plane throughout the day. This is going to keep your water in your live well, not coming out to your back deck. We're extremely proud of the rear storage boxes on the 1880. As you can see here, we've got a large storage box that's fiberglass, that's foamed in all around it, and also has a raised lip to go around the outside of this box. What that's going to do is when the lid sits down on top of that with this compression lock, that's going to keep your box extremely tight at the top of it, and that's going to keep the water and the elements out of your tackle and out of your storage. As we transition to the battery box back here on the back deck of the AVX 1880, I think it's important to point out when you open up the lid on this box and look at not only our transom that has 5 knee braces on it that's foamed in all around it to be able to accommodate for shallow water anchors, jack plates, and batteries. I think the other thing that you'll appreciate as well is the amount of space that we have. It's very easy to get a battery in and out of this box. I really think this box is not only extremely functional, but it gives the consumer the opportunity to take extra gear to the lake that he might need throughout the day that other times would have taken up tackle storage or other valuable storage on the front deck. Another feature with our AVX 1880 is the power of choice. We're able to put an array of outboards, whether it be Mercury, Evinrude, or Suzuki outboards, can be factory installed on your Vexus. This is going to rest on a Vector Force transom that's made and manufactured and engineered to be able to stand up to Mother Nature's nastiest days on the water. And so when you put all of this together in our AVX 1880, I think you're really going to enjoy how much boat you're getting in an 18-foot, 10-inch platform.